Calaveras County, and welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. As you can tell, I'm not Tammy Beilstein. Tammy's under the weather, caught some of the soon-to-be winter crud, so I'm Mike Taylor, and I'll fill in for her today. And we have a perfectly timely show for you today, because we have folks with us from Santa's Express and the Calaveras County Food Bank. I'd like to welcome Tina Mather.
Hi.
And Bonnie Acosta. Thanks for being here.
Wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Bet. Now, let's give folks a little bit of a background on Santa's Express. Where did that kind of come about?
Well, there's a need in the community for holiday meals for low-income families. Mm-hmm. So about 30-ish years ago, mm-hmm. Santa's Express was born. And we've grown over the years, and we're currently anticipating serving 1,000 families this holiday season.
Now, we just got past Thanksgiving. How many did you serve there, or then?
About 800.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And is there always a little bit more at Christmas time? Is that as the years go by?
Yes, because we also provide toys for children. Mm-hmm. So that's a big draw as well.
Sure.
And we're providing toys for kids from birth up to 17 years.
Oh, okay. Great. And so that's why we see these bins all over the county.
That's why you see the bins.
With stuff flowing out of them. Well, ideally floating out of them because you folks have made your donations. But when we talk about low-income families, I know there are all kinds of thresholds in that, but is that number of about 800, say for Thanksgiving, and 1,000 for Christmas, is that about the number that the food bank serves during the course of a given month, too?
Right around 800 families.
Really?
Any given month. Mm-hmm. Any given month. And it, like I said, it grows a little bit during the holiday mm-hmm. season. We do have some people that they don't come and see us unless they really, really need us. Mm-hmm. They don't want to feel like they're a burden to the program. So mm-hmm. a lot of them don't come all the time.
And that's, there's a lot of single mothers and kids, or is it, what is sort of the maybe breakdown of who you're serving?
It's the whole realm.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And we've also seen an increase now of grandparent-headed households.
Oh, okay, with, say, the grandkids at home?
With the grandkids at home.
Okay,
so
there is a lot of that in the county now.
There is a lot of that in the county. So that's the population that has grown the most, mm-hmm. is the grandparent-headed households. And we do have single moms, and we have single dads, and we have two-parent households that perhaps just can't make ends meet.
Well, yeah, and making those ends meet is no easy task up here with employment the way it is. I mean, there are a lot of what I would call entry-level, some people might call minimum wage jobs out there.
Right.
But I think just about everyone knows these days a minimum wage, even with two minimum wage earners working 80 hours in 2 weeks, that's not going to feed a family of four, is it?
No, it certainly isn't.
And it's not going to pay the rent, it's not going to keep the lights on, that kind of stuff. So
mm-hmm.
it's wonderful that Santa's Express is out here. Now, Bonnie, what keeps you excited to work in this realm?
I've been there 11 years,
yes.
I think. And sometimes it's kind of tough. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's sad. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people are upset when they come in. I mean, and I'm talking just for the regular food bank. Mm-hmm. So by the time they leave, we make them very comfortable and they feel very welcome at the food bank. The Santa's Express to me is a wonderful program. It started, like she said, 25, 30 years ago, and we did it at the town hall.
Oh, yeah.
And it was pretty crazy. And everybody with their hand trucks going out to the parking lot. And,
yeah.
Did you ever
see
that?
Oh, yeah. I've covered the loads of Christmas feasts.
Yes.
And I agree with you. It's heart-wrenching, but not necessarily in a bad way.
No, I'm just glad we're there for it. Because like Tina was saying, some people we don't even see until Christmas time. Mm-hmm. We only see them during this time of year because they don't need us during the rest of the year, but this time of the year it's really tough for them. Mm-hmm. So, and it's really nice that we have our food bank now that we can do the drive-through giveaway. They drive through to get their food.
Yeah.
They line up. The volunteer sheriff's department helps us. It's a big, long line out Full Station Road. And so it's really nice that we have the facility that we have. I mean, the town hall worked really well when it was like 600 families, but now we're like at 1,000 families. So that works really well, to have the food bank and do the drive-through for the food. And we give them a ticket. If they have children, we give them a ticket to get their toys, to go shopping for the toys, and they drive up to the Mountain Oak School.
Oh,
and then
okay.
they that's all set up beautiful.
All in the gym.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with the Ebbets Pass elves up there make those beautiful
that's
wooden
a great
toys.
bunch of people
yeah,
too. Mm-hmm.
and so it looks really pretty. And each person has a personal shopper that shops with them.
Oh, cute.
Takes them through to pick
One of the
out
volunteers
their stuff.
that's working with Santa's Express. Cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, I probably just talked too much, but
No, that's just
I
fine.
love
That's
my
what we're
job,
here for.
and Santa's Express is a time that's really joyful.
Yes, it
You know,
is.
It's
It
really
is.
instead of some of the sad things, it's really joyful. So it's really fun.
Yeah, my experience with it is seeing that, and I'm not picking on a class here, but a single mom with 2 kids, and I could tell she was not at her wit's end, but stuff was piling up, and inside that great computer we call our brains, and she had collected the food, and this was at the town hall, so it was several years ago, but she had gotten the food, and she was pretty surprised at how much food she was getting. And her 2 kids are a little bit dumbfounded at why they were there. I want to say they were probably around 5 and 8 or 9, something like that. But when the kids got upstairs into the world of toys, it was really something. And as the kids at that time, they just kind of went and looked around and kind of then could point out what they might want. The mother just kind of got that, little tear in the eye, and I asked her, what are you thinking? Not that I was trying to pick on an emotion, but she said, I just can't believe the community does this.
Yes.
And that's what, to me, really kind of helped drive it all home, is that it's the community, it's Calaveras County that makes Santa's Express happen.
And I'm glad you brought that up. It is 100% funded by the people in our community, which really makes this a special thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go back to where you were talking about the toys. We've changed it up just a little bit. So now we have Santa Claus in another room with some of our care providers from Resource and Referral. And so when Mom and Dad or Grandma and Grandpa come to shop for the toys, the children are spending time with Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
So we've done it so that the children don't know where the presents come from. So they did come from Mom and Dad. They have no idea that they came while they were going to the food bank to pick up their dinner. They have no idea that that's when the presents came to be. Yeah.
Now, something else that's interesting in this talking, and I can understand that probably for you guys working at the Resource Connection Food Bank and then doing Santa's Express, they're kind of divided and kind of not.
Right.
Because I know that the food bank gets assistance from the community and some government help and that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting that you bring up that Santa's Express is completely community driven, funded, and even mostly staffed, correct?
Yes.
when you get to your giveaways, I
Yes,
guess. Yeah, 'cause
yes.
I know
And well, in the preparation work as well. We've had volunteers help us with our food drives. We have another big food drive going on in Forest Meadows actually tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
But we have our Santa's Express red boxes out throughout the community where people can donate non-perishable items. If someone wants to donate something that is perishable, like a turkey or a ham, which is what we're giving for their dinners, they'll need to bring it to us at the food bank.
Okay.
And we're located at 206 George Reed Drive here in San Andreas. And we're open from 9 to 4:30 to accept those donations, and we'd be happy to accept those donations.
Okay.
But they can do the non-perishable food items, and then we also take donations, of course, and volunteers, because we are a staff of 4.5. So if we don't have extra hands on deck, it's just not going to work.
Sure.
Yeah, and we also have a sign up on our Facebook page. I invite the community to search for us on Facebook, the Resource Connection Food Bank, and we have sign-ups there, or they can just give the food bank a call at 754-1257, and we're happy to sign them up and have them.
To have Santa's little helpers.
Yes, absolutely. We need them.
When is the Christmas giveaway going to be done, or the Christmas? Is that what you call it? The Christmas giveaway.
We call it the event.
Okay.
The event is actually on Monday, December the 19th, so it's the Monday prior to Christmas.
Sure. Okay. And about what does a family get as far as the feast goes? What you said, ham or turkey, so they can pick that.
So we have beautiful spiral cut hams.
Nice.
Or a turkey, and everything to go with it to make a complete meal.
Oh, great.
From the sides to dessert. The whole 9 yards is what we're giving away.
Okay. Now, as far as the community running to make those contributions in the bins at the grocery store and all at the banks and all over the county, is there something that you seem to run short of that you need that extra little bit of, or?
Well, I invite the community to think of what are they having on their Christmas dinner table. Our families are eating the same things you are.
Yeah.
So anything that's non-perishable, like I said, please donate in the bins. And if it's something that's perishable, if you want to do a ham or a turkey, please just come and see us at the food bank.
Well, I would think that if you've got the wherewithal, and I've heard this talked about as other entities, maybe down in the Sacramento area, do their collections. You go to the store and you buy your can of cranberry sauce, well, you buy the other one, and you almost run through the store with 2 shopping carts, if you've got the wherewithal, and buy 2 meals. And then you've contributed all the side dishes because you know what you're making, too.
Absolutely. That's a wonderful idea. And I know that during the holidays, a lot of our grocery stores run specials, buy one, get one free. And I don't know for a fact that they're doing it again for the Christmas season, but if that is the opportunity that's out there, I hope people do take advantage of that.
Sure.
And as they buy for their family, don't leave that free one sitting there at the store. Pick it up, it's free, and donate it to the food bank. It would help us out a great deal.
You bet.
I want to mention that the Rotary Club really helps us at Santa's Express time. And it's the Murphys Rotary Club.
Oh, the
right?
Angels Murphys Rotary?
Angels Murphys and West Calaveras.
Yeah.
Oh, the West Calaveras Rotary helps
They
too.
deliver
That
at
group's
least
gotten really nice and busy. So
they deliver at least 200 meals for us to people that don't have children. So either couples or disabled or that just can't get down there. So and this year they're trying to do 250 instead of just 200. So it's pretty amazing. And then that helps us keep our line shorter down there.
And it makes sure that those who might not have the transportation or can't get a ride on that day, they can still get.
Because we see that. You know, like sometimes when I talk with them, they're like, I didn't know how I was going to get down there. I didn't know if I was going to have gas to get down there. So it's really nice that they do this. Yeah, so it's really good.
Yeah, the Rotary clubs in our area seem to really step up when called upon, and they seem to be really good at spotting those needs in the community. Now, as we talk about them sort of making a delivery, are they taking the same kind of meal?
Exactly the same.
Minus the toys, obviously, because these people don't have kids.
Right.
And so they're basically taking what you would get if you were to drive up in your own car.
Exactly the same thing.
Okay, great.
Exactly the same thing. The only difference is there's not going to be the turkeys available.
Okay.
So the ones that are getting delivered to, they're all the spiral cut hams.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
I'm one of those, if I've got, because my family used to do Thanksgiving turkey, and Christmas was always prime rib. That's because that's what Dad liked so much. And it's kind of grown into me now. You know, talk about your parents passing traditions down to you.
Right.
That's it for me. And then maybe the ham came at Easter, but I'll take ham at Christmas just as much. What do you see this time of year as the biggest challenges for Santa's Express? What's the most difficult thing that you have trouble sort of getting the community to embrace? Or
Well, I'll have to say that our community was hit devastated last year.
Yeah.
And we've asked our community to give in so many areas because of the catastrophe. So we've found that people's dollars aren't going as far, and some of those dollars are going to other organizations rather than to ours. And I understand. I really do. So donations are down. They really are, and we're still feeding 1,000 people.
Yeah. Those numbers, unfortunately, don't change.
They don't change. They don't change. So we've had the question, what do you need the most? And quite frankly, it's the monetary contributions. And the reason that I say the monetary contributions is because we're still signing people up. We haven't stopped yet.
Wow.
So then when we actually stop signing people up and we have the numbers that we actually need, and then we know how much we've already purchased, what do we still need to get? Then we have the funds to get it.
To go out there and do some shopping.
And do some shopping to make sure that we're able to provide for every family.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, too. And I was going to ask, what's the easiest way for folks to make a monetary contribution? Is there an online mechanism?
There is at trcac.org. They just need to make sure that they're accessing Santa's Express.
Okay.
They can drop a check in the mail, and that's P.O. Box 1656 in San Andreas.
Okay.
Or they can call us at the food bank if they don't want to go online and do it, and if they would like to make a contribution on their credit card, we can do that over the phone.
You can do that over the phone,
We
too?
can do that over the
well,
phone.
That's a nice thing, so that if you can't quite remember the email address or the web address.
And if they'd like to come and see what we do, and if they'd like to drop it by in person, we're happy to show them around when they come in.
Great. Now, speaking of that, you've been in the new food bank for how many years now? I was going to guess.
8 years.
Oh gosh, I was going to be real short. My, how time flies when you're serving so many people. How has that new facility benefited the county as a whole?
Well, I'm going to go to our historian to my left.
Well, for one thing, the garden is there. We have a garden that was built by the Rotary Club, which we couldn't have at the other places that we were at, that has 25 beds, and I pull about 4,000 to 6,000 pounds of produce out of there every
Wow.
summer. And
My goodness.
it all goes to the clients. But just, I think it's nice to have the food bank there because we've been able to make it more friendlier. You know, it's ours. So it's different, and we're really comfortable in there. We've almost outgrown it in a way, but compared to some of the other places, it's been so nice. We didn't even have a pallet jack at the place we came from before that.
Wow.
So, you know, we were always just lifting and loading everything by hand and moving stuff around, trying to go in circles, trying to make room for one thing. And so it's really nice to have that space and to have the equipment. And
to have a warehouse.
And to have the warehouse.
I was going to say, just even to have the space to stack that stuff. I mean, I can remember, I'll do
Tough sheds.
I'll do a little name dropping, but I go way back to when Billy Westernoff was still running the food bank. And I remember in another part of my life, I did a story on the food bank. And I'll never forget the way Billy hated the term working poor. And I can't say that I blame her for that because they're working, they're contributing.
Right.
They're just not making as much as some of the rest of the people in the community. But what really surprised me was the morning that the story that I had written came out in the paper, she got to her little, and I mean, it was about a 2.5 person office in the space of about a closet and a half.
Oh, I remember that. I was there then.
And
it was a bathroom.
Okay, yeah, I was being.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It used to be a bathroom. Yeah.
But Billy called me about 9 o'clock in the morning, and she said, "Mike, there were 4 people waiting here when I got here who didn't even know that Calaveras County had a food bank." And I thought, wow, that's really something. And so that's maybe another question I have for you is, how do you make sure that the community that needs you knows that you're there?
That is a challenge. We have 13 partner agencies throughout Calaveras County. They're community-based and faith-based food pantries. So they refer clients to us. The CalWorks department refers clients to us. So social services really does guide a great deal of the clientele and word of mouth.
Oh, okay.
Good
old word of mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
We outreach a lot. We outreach all the time, wherever
All the
we
time.
go, all the time.
Okay.
You know, I take mobile pantries up to West Point, Railroad Flat, Copper, where else? Mountain Ranch.
Mountain Ranch.
So, you know, so we outreach to almost all the edges of the county. And the schools outreach for us. A lot of people outreach for us, too.
They kind of,
Yeah.
schools seem to know
Yes.
kind of what's going on in their communities.
They do.
I give our school teachers and administrators a lot of credit for that. They're kind of the eyes and ears, and I don't mean that in an Orwellian sense. I mean that in the good sense.
Right.
They can tell that this family is having some struggles, and maybe they drop a
Right.
note in the Tuesday envelope with
Right.
the kids home.
And guide them to us. And with technology, I mean, Facebook is a wonderful way to communicate with our community. We have a lot of Facebook followers. And then it's kind of as you tell one person and they'll tell someone and then they're going to tell somebody. So it really does grow. And whenever someone does come to the food bank, when I first started with the Resource Connection, I thought our name was perfect, because we connect people with resources throughout the entire community, not just our own.
And I was going to kind of segue with that in talking about these folks that might need some help. The Resource Connection Food Bank is only one leg of the Resource Connection because you provide help with childcare and, well, what else? You tell me.
There's WIC. There's Resource and Referral, which helps people with daycare. There's Head Start and Early Head Start. There's the food bank. I'm missing one.
Intervention and prevention.
Intervention and
Okay.
prevention.
What is that?
That's for people who are in crisis with physical abuse.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, and you are, so that has to be a little bit emotionally taxing for you to be dealing with kind of our society's negatives, if you will. And I'm not saying these are bad people by any stretch,
Right.
but you're dealing with kind of the downside. So how do you keep the smiles on your faces? And I mean, I can imagine it being very rewarding, but it's kind of a weird reward, I guess I'm thinking.
It's extremely rewarding because I can't tell you how many times I've assisted a client and they said, "Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done if you guys weren't here to help us." And our philosophy is we are definitely not a handout. We are a hand up.
Okay.
And
That's a nice way
we
to put it.
will be a hand up for as long as this community needs us.
Which unfortunately is going to be for quite some time, I have a fear. As you say, the numbers
Yeah.
are about the same. And that 1,000 at Christmas has been about where we've been for a few years. Am I correct in that? Okay. Now, is that because we can't help more, or that seems to be about where it
That
tops out?
seems to be where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah. And of
Okay.
course, if the need is there and we need to increase those numbers, we absolutely will.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wasn't suggesting, oops, we hit 1,002, we're done. No, I know that's not going to happen because you can call me and I'll help. But we're getting down towards the end here, and I just want to kind of touch on your personal sort of positives out of all this. What do you get the most out of Santa's Express, Tina?
I get joy in knowing that family's going to enjoy Christmas the way I would enjoy Christmas. They're going to have a wonderful meal with their family. There's going to be presents under the tree. Santa Claus is alive and well.
That's cute. Nice.
For me, I'm the road girl. I'm out in the road checking everybody in, so I see every single person that's going to come to it, and just every year seeing the people, and they're so grateful.
Yes.
And it's just fun for me. You know, it's just fun for me to see everybody. They're in their cars. I mean, every year we usually have somebody run out of gas or overheat or something, but everybody's still really happy, and they're just happy to be there, and they're so happy that we're there for them, and that makes me happy. So I really look forward to it. My feet get tired, but I really look forward to it.
But it's a good kind of tired.
Yeah, it's really great.
The rumor has it there may be a golf cart for her this
We've
year.
heard.
Oh, okay. Somebody, one of Santa's Express agents has gotten involved.
We're looking forward to that, I hope.
Because she's walking up and down the road all day long, checking people
Checking in
in.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so folks know, you mentioned the address on
George
Reed
Reed.
Court. Basically what you do is you take Churchill Road out of San Andreas, or you can take Pool Station Road, depending on how you come in. But right as Churchill Road dumps onto Pool Station, take a left, and then take the next left, and you can't miss it.
And there we are.
And there you are. And there you are. Now, volunteers, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you? By phone?
By phone.
By phone? And that's 754?
1257.
1257, okay. And they'll be checking for you online. Also, give us that short address one more time.
trcac.org, or look us up on Facebook.
Okay. And it sounds like Facebook is the good lookup, too.
It is, because we're posting on it all the time whenever we
She
need
is
help.
posting on it all the time. She's really wonderful
That's
with it.
because you're out on the road doing the legwork,
I'm not the
right?
IT girl. But it's wonderful what she's done. That's really helped us a lot. That she's active with it almost every day.
Yeah. Well, and that's, again, that outreach. I mean, even the lesser fortunate than the rest of us, they've got gadgets and gizmos, and they're connected to the community. And so I'm sure that Facebook can really help keep them connected. It does. Now, right as I get to the last minute, I want to, let's real quick, among just the three of us, challenge our viewers to do something special. So what do we want to do? Do we want to say when you buy one, get one free?
Make sure that it doesn't stay in
You buy three and get three free? And
What a blessing that would be.
yes, it would.
What a blessing that would be, yes.
But I think the main point, folks, and I know that Tammy doesn't editorialize that much here, but I'm going to because that's me. And Mike Taylor says, this community needs your help. And the reason it needs your help is not because there are people who have gotten lazy. These are people who would love to work. They can't find a job. Now, maybe you have a job. In fact, you probably have one that pays pretty well. So I would suggest that you take a look at those containers and give Santa's Express more than a fair shake, because after all, when your family benefits, everybody benefits. So I want to thank, I'll learn how to say it, I want to thank Tina Mather and Bonnie Acosta. Thanks for being here. Thanks for what you do with Santa's Express.
It's our pleasure.
It is our pleasure.
Well, keep
Thank
enjoying it. Enjoy the season. And for Tammy Beilstein, I'm Mike Taylor. We'll see you next time on Tammy's Window on Calaveras.